Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we've got the reaction to the Champions League quarterfinals and semi-finals draw. Of course, we had the draw for the quarterfinals and figuring out which teams will play who in the quarterfinals. And obviously we also did have the semi-finals draw, seeing which team of the quarterfinals, the winners will take on which winners of the another quarterfinals. And we've got the draw done. We've also got the Europa League and Conference League draws, which I will talk a slightly bit about at the end. But let's get into it. I'll leave Manchester City against Real Madrid at the end because obviously I'm sure we'll talk a lot about it on the way there. Obviously on the channel we'll have the preview, we'll have the reviews and everything about that game coming up. So can't wait for that. But we'll talk about it towards the end. So starting off, let's talk about the left side of the draw, which is arguably the easier side. Starting off, the first game that was drawn out. Was it the first game? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the first game. I think it was the last. It was the last game actually. Funnily enough, Atletico Madrid against Borussia Dortmund. Now this, I think, is perfect for both teams. Diego Simeone and Eden Terzic, two different styles of play. Atletico Madrid obviously getting past Inter, which I felt was a big surprise. Obviously they won on penalties, but they played well. I thought that Memphis Depay coming on changed the game. They've got good substitutions as well. They've got good players coming off the bench. They've also got players like Antoine Griezmann, who can be the difference maker in these sort of games. So absolutely will be crucial. Now, if I'm not wrong, are they playing at home or away first? If I'm not wrong, they are playing at home first. So I don't know if they were the first team to be drawn. I still have no clue. They will be playing at home first. So that will be important for them because I believe, I read a stat, they haven't lost a single knockout home game in the Champions League since Simeone has been there. So the home crowd will be important because if they can get a good result at home and they take that good result to the Signal Iduna Park, I think they can do it. Right? But if Borussia Dortmund come away to the Wanda Metropolitano, they play defensive, they try to protect themselves, either getting a draw out of the game, they bring it back to the Signal Iduna Park, and then they have their fans. So it's really down to which team utilizes their home crowd better. Because if Atletico Madrid win, let's say 3-0, I can't see Dortmund winning by 3 or more goals at their home ground, even if it's at home. So it's whether Atletico Madrid can get a good, strong lead in the first game at home. And I think that's very, very important for Atletico Madrid. And, I know people are saying Dortmund, are probably the weaker side, they're probably the worst side. And a lot of people are discounting Dortmund, which I can get because I just don't see their squad having enough to push. Even in their bracket, I don't see it as good as Atletico Madrid or even Barcelona or PSG. But this is a Dortmund side that finished top of their group. I know they didn't convincingly beat PSV. It took them the second leg at home to do so, but this isn't by any means a bad side. They can cause problems, they can have moments, but I don't see them going to the final. I don't see them making it all the way. Although I wouldn't say they are a bad team in any sense. I know maybe the squad depth wise isn't as great. But in a 1v1 game, I think Atletico Madrid can win, and they just have to make the most out of the home game, the home first leg. And because of that, I do think that Atletico Madrid will go through overall. They've got match winners like Griezmann. Memphis Depay has been playing really, really well. Korea, you never really know what you're gonna get from him. And just a team overall. It's got leaders, it's got experience, and it's got a manager like Diego Simeone that will guide them through to the semi-finals for the first time since 2016, or was it the didn't they? It was the Europa League, wasn't it, in 2017? I don't think they've made it to a semi-finals in 2016. So what would that be? 8 years. So Atletico Madrid, I think, will go through. Then the other game would be PSG against Barcelona. Now, Mbappe, will he run the show? Will he be the man to knock Barcelona out? I do think so. And look, Barcelona have been underwhelming, and you really can't deny that. I know they played pretty well against Napoli in that second game at home, and you look at the last few games, they haven't lost since that Villarreal defeat in January. So they have been, getting decent results, but they have constantly been relying on 16-year-old Lamine Yamal and the attack. Lewandowski, can he step up? Can he, get back to scoring ways? The midfield, I think, is a big problem. I think both teams, the midfield is a big problem, really. I mean, you're looking at a midfield that has no Gavi. Pedri might still be out. And who are you going to play? You're going to play Frankie de Jong. You're going to play, who are you going to play? Gundogan. And you're probably going to play, Fermin Lopez. Are you going to play Christensen there again? Of course, Frankie de Jong might not be back as well. So that is pretty worrying if you are Barcelona. But if you're PSG, I mean, look at the PSG midfield. Vitinha, Kangin Lee, Fabian Ruiz, Danilo Pereira, Manuel Ugarte. It's slightly better in terms of the amount of players they have who can play in a position, but quality-wise, it's not much better. So the midfield battle, both teams aren't, strong in that aspect. But I do think that if De Jong or Pedri can come back, or both can come back by that timing, before at least you want to say the second leg, they have the chance and they probably go in as favourites. PSG, I think, are favourites because they have Mbappe who can carry. It's the same every year. I mean, yes, they've got Ousmane Dembele, yes, they have Ramos, and they've got Colomouani and Barcola, but these are not match winners in the sense that I think Mbappe will be the man. If anything, he will be the guy who wins the game for them and wins the tie for them. Barcelona, you don't know what you're going to get from a team that have got a lot of young players, This is a very young team, and you don't know what you're going to get from them, basically. And in that aspect, and because of that, I think PSG will probably go through. Mbappe will probably be the man who wins it for them. I don't see PSG, winning or going through because they are very good. I just think that it's because of Mbappe, and maybe the midfield battle they might win. But apart from that, it's like what it is. The other game, Arsenal against Bayern Munich. What a game! We've seen some absolutely humiliations, to say the least, from Bayern Munich towards Arsenal in those Wenger days, and it's bad when Thomas Müller comes out and does a video. If you guys didn't see, he did come out to make a video saying, "Kai Havertz, I'm coming for you, and I'm waiting for you," or something like that, which is very funny. It was very hilarious. But when Thomas Müller does a video like that, it's dangerous. First game, I believe, is at the Emirates, and that's key. Because can Arsenal do what I said Atletico need to do to Dortmund? And Arsenal, they need to win by, I want to say, at least 2 goals to have a chance, right? Can they win 3-1 or 2-0 or whatever, right? Can they do it? Because I think even if they win 1-0 or 2-1, Bayern Munich have got the home advantage in the second game, and they can easily win. And they've got Harry Kane, who will score not 1, but 2, or maybe even 3 goals. So That is the problem. Can Arsenal put Bayern Munich to bed? Because I think Arsenal going away to Bayern will be a difficult task for Arsenal. So again, it's for the home game that I'm looking at. But Bayern Munich have got an experienced number 9 who knows what he's doing. They've got Kingsley Coman, they've got Gnabry, they've got Leroy Sané, they've got Jamal Musiala, they've got a very good midfield, Goretzka, Kimmich. They've got a very good attack, like I said. So overall, pretty decent. Arsenal, look, Saka and Martinelli are decent, but Kai Havertz is the one playing striker now. And can he score goals against Bayern Munich? Can he be influential? Can he do it? Midfield wise, they've got Declan Rice, they've got Martin Odegaard. Who is he gonna play? In that position, is he gonna play Thomas Partey in that position? Defensively, Saliba, Gabriel, they're decent centre backs. They're very good centre backs actually. So I'm looking at these two sides. If I did a combined 11, I would say probably 5 to 6 from each team. It's pretty close. But I think Bayern Munich edge this game out. I don't think Arsenal have the experience. And I know Bayern Munich aren't playing particularly well. And they are, 10 points off Leverkusen. But, the Champions League is the Champions League. And I know Arsenal will probably be favourites going to the game, going to the tie. But I think Bayern Munich have what it takes. And of course, we've got Manchester City against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, first game at home. Firstly, there's a big worry for me because last season we all knew what happened. A 1-1 draw at home, go away to the Etihad, we get smacked 4-0. However, the season before that, we played away, we lost 4-3, we come back to the Bernabeu, we win 3-1. So, I wouldn't have wanted to play at home first, especially now against Manchester City, but it is what it is now. You have to accept it for what it is, you still have to play the game. Now, I've been watching a lot of analysis and, people give their opinions on this game. And I've been surprised that a lot of people have said, Real Madrid can actually do it. And I've heard the reasoning because of Man City are not who they are or who they were last season. They have dropped off. Which, to a certain extent, yes. But we say that every single year. Oh, Man City have dropped off. Oh, Man City are not playing as well. But then when it comes to one game, they will turn on. So let's not say that Real Madrid will cook Man City because Man City have dropped off. This Man City side are still very capable. They're still very, very good. You've got Haaland, KDB, Rodri, Ruben Diaz. These are some very good players. Will Ederson be back by then? He's out for about 4 weeks, so I would assume that he'll be back for this game at least, if not the second leg. But overall, there's no problems with their squad. Whereas I look at Real Madrid, and we still have Courtois and Militao still out. They are being assessed, or they will be assessed to see if they are fit to play against Man City. But if they aren't, I wouldn't want to rush them back. And I don't think there's a need to rush them back, although we would take Militao back right now. Courtois, maybe, but Lunin has been playing pretty well. So I don't mind Courtois not coming back, but Militao for Nacho, Militao really get the back. Of course, right? But my problem is that last season when we lost 4-0, we had Benzema, we had a striker. This season, we have no striker. So, it's going to be absolutely important that Bellingham has a big involvement and big part in this game. It's important, it's crucial, it's very necessary. So, let's see what happens in this one, but I'm gonna be biased and I'm gonna say Real Madrid make it through. And then on the other side again, we go back Atletico Madrid against PSG. I do think that because you're looking at two very decent sides there, Atletico Madrid are gonna make it tough for PSG. But I think that PSG will make it through to the final, and I think that if Bayern Munich play Real Madrid, I do think Real Madrid will win. And if it's Real Madrid PSG, I think Real Madrid will win the Champions League. But for me, Manchester City are the obstacle, because whoever wins between Man City and Real Madrid, I think will win the Champions League. I don't see Arsenal, I don't see Bayern, I don't see anyone from the other side being the big problem or big obstacle. I think it's Real Madrid and City. So the fact that both teams have joined each other, really very interesting. Europa League. Before I move to some final bit of news, some interesting games. We have got Liverpool, Atalanta, Benfica, Marseille, Milan, Roma, and Leverkusen, West Ham. I think Liverpool will make it all the way and will win the Europa League. Benfica, Marseille, I think Marseille will do it. Milan, Roma, I think Milan will do it. And Leverkusen, West Ham, you have to back Leverkusen for that. And I think you will be Liverpool and Leverkusen going all the way to the final and will win. And Liverpool will win the trophy. Conference League, I mean, you've got Victoria Pilsen against Fiorentina, Olympiacos against Fenerbahce, what a game, Club Brugge against PAOK, and Aston Villa against Lost Lille. I do think that Villa will win the entire thing for some reason, and that may biasness. You know, maybe Fenerbahce go to the final as well. But this was what Emilio Butragueño had to say for this game. We are Real Madrid and we love challenges. We face Manchester City again, who have a lot of potential. They are a very dangerous team and the current champion, but we are going to approach the tie in a particular way because we have enough days to prepare for the first match, which is going to be fundamental. Playing the first leg at the Bernabeu forces us to get a good result, and with the support of our fans, we can achieve it. The Bernabeu has to help us get a good result and then defend it in Manchester. There are going to be two magnificent games to the public, and everyone knows what this competition means for Real Madrid, for the players and for our public. We live it with great enthusiasm. We know the difficulties we are going to face, but we are going to live it with the hope of giving joy to our fans and being in those semi-finals. The players will want to show that they have to be they want to be champions and that they are capable and they have the capabilities to do so. I mean, what else does he have to say? What else can he say? Not much else. I do agree the fans will be very important in the first game. The first game will be important. But then look at what Manchester City sporting director Siki Begiristain had to say. He said, "What a shame again, but with these balls, always the same. Not as optimistic, so to speak. And finally, a bit of a schedule, a calendar. So we've got Osasuna, which is today when I'm recording. We've got an international break for about 2 weeks. Athletic Club Bilbao at home at the end of the month. And then we've got a Copa del Rey final break. And then basically following that, the weekend after that weekend, we've got Man City at home. We've got Mallorca not midweek, the weekend. And then we've got Man City again away, midweek. And then we've got Barcelona at home next. So it's going to be interesting. And obviously we've got Real Sociedad after that as well, but that is very long away. So that is going to be interesting. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.